The great Persian Empire, unlike any other fallen empire, was not conquered by force, but built by the nations who had heard of the king of Persia, Cyrus the Great, and his message of human rights for all mankind. The Cyrus Cylinder is the testament. From the silent history, blind, deaf, and mute to the outcry of centuries of Iranians, came a whisper. The untold story of who we were and the way we were. A rare song of human dignity from the time when the warlords violently roamed our planet, worshipped by the people. While excavating the ancient ruins of Babylon in 1879, a great archaeologist of the East, Hormuz Rassam, discovered a small clay cylinder inscribed in an ancient script which had been buried for thousands of years. What was not realized at the time was the fact that Rassam had just discovered the oldest reference to the principles of human rights in our world's history. The cylinder of King Cyrus the Great, dating back to a time when the only rights known to a human being was the right of the sword. The cylinder, often referred to as the first Bill of Human Rights for mankind, is 22.86 centimeters in length, barrel-shaped and made of baked clay. It is inscribed all the way around with a proclamation in Akkadian cuneiform script. Originally, it was inscribed and buried in the foundations of a wall after the Persian Emperor King Cyrus the Great captured Babylon in 539 BC. It records that aided by the god Marduk, Cyrus captured Babylon without a struggle, restored shrines dedicated to different gods, and repatriated deported peoples who had been brought to Babylon. The text does not mention specific religious groups, but it is thought that the Jews were amongst the people deported by Nebuchadnezzar who were now allowed to return home. The Bible reports that the deported Jews returned from Babylon at this time and rebuilt their temple in Jerusalem. Indeed, Cyrus is revered in the Hebrew Bible because of the qualities of tolerance and respect enshrined in the Cylinder Proclamation. These were enlightened acts, rare in antiquity. The cylinder says, "My numerous soldiers peacefully entered Babylon. I did not allow anyone to terrorize the people of Sumer and Akkad. I kept in view the needs of the people and all their sanctuaries to promote their well-being. As to the inhabitants of Babylon who against the will of the gods were enslaved, I abolished the corvée which was against their social standing. I freed all slaves. I brought relief to their dilapidated housing, putting thus an end to their misfortunes and slavery. I also gathered all their former inhabitants and returned them to their habitations. Furthermore, I resettled the gods of Sumer and Akkad, whom Nabonid had brought into Babylon to the anger of the Lord of the gods, unharmed in their former chapels, the places which makes them happy." The Cyrus Cylinder is truly an object of world heritage. Produced for King Cyrus the Great, it has been seen and studied for over 130 years in the British Museum. It is valued by people all around the world as a symbol of tolerance and respect for different peoples and different faiths. So much that a copy of the cylinder is on display at the United Nations building in New York, and the UN published a translation of the cylinder in all the official UN languages, promoting it as an ancient declaration of human rights. The ideas declared in King Cyrus the Great's cylinder remain to this date vivid and fresh, as they are a source of inspiration for all people and to all nations who strive for freedom. Those who are fortunate to have and enjoy it and those deprived of it painstakingly trying to reach this God-given gift. The God-given gift to all man, yet taken away by some men.